All right, welcome to another tasty cigar review. Today we are enjoying the Kintsugi by Alec Bradley.
Kintsugi.
Kintsugi?
Kintsugi.
Yeah,
Kins-
Kintsugi.
Kintsugi. What did I say?
Kintsugiri.
Kintsugi. There's no R there, but I'm going to put it there. Kintsugi.
Yeah.
That's what we're calling
It
it.
got butchered. Kintsugi.
I think someone typoed it on what I was reading because it was Kintsugi on the article I read. So I think someone just mistyped it.
Right.
And that's what got stuck in my head, so...
Even though you're looking at
I'll
it.
figure it out, yeah.
I wonder if
They probably did the same thing I did. They were like, Kintsugi. Kintsugi. This is a good cigar,
my
according
first,
to Lane.
it is a good cigar right off the bat.
Yeah, what did you light it already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right off the bat, I liked it. I was
Yeah?
like, oh, this has got some flavor and it's different.
Really?
Yes.
I like it for the most part. It burns hot though with how fast I smoke usually,
Yeah,
so I have to
be
slow
careful
down.
on that. Look at that. That band is pretty right there. It's blue,
I do like it
white
though.
with gold. That's tasty right there. I like that.
Yeah.
Let's get this. Let me give us a shot here.
That is a nice looking burn on that.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tasty, huh?
It is tasty.
Right off the bat.
Yep. And it definitely has that taste. Yep. Yes, it does. Yeah.
I can't describe what the taste is, but it's good. I think I just did describe it. It's good.
It is good, but it's very in your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very,
It's right up. Yeah.
like, as soon as you light, it goes from 0 to 100.
Agreed.
That's that.
That's what I liked about it, I think.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just that, because
Just quick. Bang.
Boom.
You got taste.
no foreplay, no nothing.
No,
just right
yeah,
right to it.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you think about what I smoke, I like that stuff that just hits you right in the face. So, I mean,
Yeah, the Olivas and them.
yeah, I warmed up.
Boligas.
I mean, I warmed up today with a Connecticut. So,
You did have that Connecticut. That's right.
you guys have taught me in the last few podcasts to not over. And usually, what I do is I start out with something that just blows my palate out. But
Yeah.
This, but you guys have taught me over the last few podcasts or so that warming up, getting into something light to start off, and then this is a nice medium cigar with lots of flavor from the get-go.
Yeah, it's the score they gave it when I read was everyone was kind of in the general. It's medium,
Yeah.
like right across the board, just straight medium,
Yeah,
like dead center. Not too strong, not too light, just right where you want to be.
yeah.
How's,
Because
how's yours burning there, Kevin?
Like I said, it's got a good burn from the looks of it. It's a little wave to it, but not too bad. It just burns hot because of how I smoke, and I'm already halfway through it. So
no, you're not.
Well, we just got these in, so they might be,
Oh,
they got the travel on them.
yeah,
So I bet if you smoke one like in a couple days, it might burn slower
true.
once it gets that back to where
That good
humidity.
humidity.
Yeah, the good
Yeah.
humidity, not the packed humidity. I don't. Was there a Boveda pack in the box? No. All right. Yeah. I think everybody should at least put the Boveda pack in the box, even if it dries out. Just put it in the box.
Right? At least it's some effort in there.
Just put it. Sometimes I'm surprised. Like the Monte Cristo show up with that Boveda in there, and it's got it's nice and moist. Sometimes you get the Oliva box, which is it's under the little slat. It's old school. It sits underneath.
Okay.
Sometimes it's like moist. Sometimes it's hard as a rock. It just
Yeah.
depends. But
I mean-
I like having the Boveda pack in the box.
well, it kind of tells you that
keeps them better.
If it's moist, it tells you that the cigars are
Yeah.
at a humid spot. If it's dry, it means that the cigars sucked up the humidity from the pack. And it's a good thing that it was there because it was traveling, and here you are. It's like, oh, okay. At least there was something in there that had, kept the humidity of the cigars going
Yeah.
while it was in transit.
Yeah, exactly.
Stuff. So
It's just a nice backup in case the box has to sit somewhere for an extra day. Or I feel better when I open a box. I'm like, oh, there's a Boveda pack in there. That's good.
Gives you the sense of customer service and that they care.
Yeah, exactly. And well, I mean, at that point, they're buying so many of those packs. It's got to cost them like nothing.
I'm wondering
If you think about it.
Boveda might just, because they're a distributor, might even just give them.
Nah, that would be charitable. That's
Yeah, they got to make money somehow.
yeah, you gotta make money.
Oh, right.
What are you doing? They're like, no, you're cool. Just throw them in your packaging. It's fine. Don't worry. No, but if you're buying Boveda packs by the pallet, I'm sure they cost like 20 cents.
Yeah, because it's a bulk deal.
And it's not like it's the huge ones either. It's just the small little guys. So yeah.
I mean, if they're packing what? How many boxes do they pack roughly a day?
Oh, God.
Probably like
1,000.
20, 30 boxes a person. You got like
20,
15,
30,000?
30 people working in a factory. So yeah, and that's a day.
I mean, a pallet, you can go through that pretty quick then.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, they have to probably get a pretty good deal on
And I'm
Boveda
willing to
packs.
bet they're making more than one pallet a day.
Oh, yeah, they probably make
Hundreds of pallets?
What,
a-
Boveda?
For Boveda, yeah.
Oh, no, I was thinking for the cigars.
Oh, for the cigars, I
Yeah,
would
the
say
manufacturer.
I don't think they're making that many cigars a day. I mean, they're making cigars, but they're not making. They're not that big of a
each
operation.
roller. It said that if they're really good rollers, each one of them can roll anywhere between 3 to 5 cigars an hour.
Yeah,
I remember that. So
that sounds about right.
roughly for them, box of 20.
And those guys work long hours.
Yeah.
It's not like
Yeah, probably.
it's not like early out,
Yeah,
8 hours.
It doesn't strike me as a 9 to 5 job, rolling cigars. Although if you're casually just smoking and rolling, like, all right. Any job where it's like I'm doing this, but I'm also smoking a cigar.
Kind of worth
Is
having.
that is really a job? Like really,
Yeah, I think about it over there. I'm like,
So yes, it is.
could be.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, I take a cigar with me to work when I can.
see?
But I have to be there on that day, and I've got to work those hours, and I've got to be on point. Doesn't mean I can, as long as I'm outside, I can smoke. But if I'm inside or in a truck or something like that, no. So I'm not taking a big one. This would be actually a pretty good
Wait,
size.
like
That's 30 minutes right there.
Where are you? Like while you're clocked in or on your lunch break?
well, we work through our lunch breaks.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, I do too.
I mean, we theoretically work through our lunch breaks, but we do have one. We get one. We get our breaks, but because the nature of being a security guard is like at any moment something could happen. You can get pulled out and away from your
oh yeah,
your
that's true.
your break or your lunchtime or whatever. But I mean, if I'm outside and I can do it out of the customers or the guest eyes view, yeah. I mean, you can get away with smoking.
That's fair. I miss my the one thing about when I was at Diamond. Every now and then, when people would smoke out by the fire pits, I just go out there on my lunch break and just take my name tag off. Be like, "Hey, let me have one of those. I'll smoke with you guys." And walk back in. They're like, "Didn't I see you?" Like, nah, it wasn't me. That was somebody else.
That was my twin.
That was my off-work twin. He was off work. So this is an Alec Bradley cigar,
Yes, it is.
which I mean I like Alec Bradley. I don't think they really make a bad cigar. They make some that people don't like because they're either too much like there are some Honduran specific cigars that people don't necessarily like because they're just all Honduran. But for the most part, I don't think I've had a bad Alec. I like the Hondurans.
Of the Alec Bradleys that you guys have brought in here, I think the only one that I've really smoked much of is the Black Market.
Oh,
Yeah, the black market's really good.
Yeah, Black Market's good. And you know what? I would smoke this more often if I knew that they're in there. Instead of like maybe starting off with Connecticut, I'd start off with this.
Oh, there you go.
Because it's that middle of the road cigar.
Yeah.
That I can follow up with the Nicaraguan Oliva or Liga. So because those are my two favorites essentially.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. This one is it's a Habano Honduran wrapper. That's where you get that.
That's where that flavor.
Flavor, yeah. That
That Habano?
well, it's the Habano. Just I think is where you get the pepper from in this one, off the wrapper. Because Habano usually has pepper to it,
Right.
and then Honduran you get that. What that we were describing when you first light up is that taste, which I think is what anise.
Anise?
The alleged anise taste. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't because that's supposed to be black licorice.
Right.
Right.
Anise.
Yeah, but I don't get that
Oh, you don't?
when people say that. I don't taste it.
I could see where it hit.
Yeah.
Just in the very beginning, now that you used the word anise,
Yeah.
it fits the initial profile hit when I first lit it.
Okay.
I couldn't have described the taste prior to you saying, it's that licorice anise taste.
Yeah.
But knowing that, yeah, it totally hits that.
Okay.
Yeah. Kevin, would you get that? Do you get that taste from the beginning?
Yeah, it's like a slight taste on it for me. I don't really notice it as much.
Yeah. See, maybe it's like just in the background so much that I noticed the pepper right away, but I don't notice that anise taste.
Right.
But the notes have it, so it should have. Let's see here, earthy notes. Which again,
Yes.
every time we talk about earthy notes, I think anise gets brought up because that seems to be added to the earthy flavor for some reason.
Nah, I wouldn't.
Like because we get the dirt, right? It was the earthy taste, so it tastes of earth.
Yeah, but I'm not with you on the anise each time we talk about earthy flavor.
Well, I remember last time I think earth was the way I described it was the taste of like dust in the air when you're walking down a trail.
Yeah.
That's how
yes.
I say earth. Like earth,
Okay.
when I think earth, again, it's like if you're walking a dusty trail and you get that taste in your mouth.
Right.
That to me is earth.
A dusty trail here in the mountains here because you don't always get the same type of a dust, say, like in the Central Valley or even in the Santa Cruz Mountains where I grew up. It's definitely different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so mountain dusty trail.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
Alpine Mountain.
Alpine mountain.
Yeah, because I mean, if I think about the dusty trails in Santa Cruz Mountains, it has an eucalyptus influence over there. There's a
Oh.
lot of eucalyptus.
Okay.
So that's
That's-
why the difference of being in dirt or dusty or earth, your earths can be varied because of the environment
True.
that it's in.
Well, and I guess up here, conveniently, we have the trees.
Right.
We have the moss. Like most of if you look at like the Earth profile tasting bracket,
Oh,
or what
okay.
most of the words on there, you think, oh, that's just like in our backyard.
Yeah, I mean, so if you think about pine and manzanita and some of the things that you just commented on, yeah,
Fair.
that kind.
Kevin, what's your take on Earth?
I think of a dirt lot, and when I actually think of earth, I think about umbagogs because that's a really earthy
yes.
cigar.
That is an earthy cigar
You even
right
get
there.
you even get the grit in your teeth, so if
Yeah.
you move it around a little bit, you can feel it.
Little taste of dirt. I think they sprinkle dirt in it. That's why.
Right? This
There's-
will get
that's,
the good
that's
earth.
true Earth right there. They're just add a little.
I mean, it's either that or it's such a loose roll that ash is actually coming in with the smoke.
No, I think it's actually dirt particles
Okay.
from the land. So it's earthy notes, followed by wood.
Yes.
Okay, and of course chocolate.
Yes.
I guess chocolate's just either every cigar we've picked is supposed to have chocolate in it, or every cigar known to man, someone just goes, "Oh, there's chocolate in there."
Well, so as we've been talking about it with the anise and the combination of the earth tones, this time I can say I get some chocolate.
Do you?
But old Mexican, so my aunt used to get these rounds of old Mexican chocolate.
Oh, like the real chocolate.
Yeah.
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 I mean, it was.
Those old
I wanted
Mexican
to eat the
ones
whole puck.
Those old
Yeah.
Mexican ones were like 70% dark cocoa.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a darker blend for sure.
Yeah. Yellow and red.
Yeah, because they
Yep.
come in a circle and then like they were like sliced in like pizza,
Yes.
almost slices.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember those.
Yeah. I mean, I wanted to eat the whole thing, and my aunt's going, no, 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 no.
I'm cooking with that. Get out of here.
It's not cheap. It's like, oh, it isn't, but it tastes great. Of course. How old am I? 7.
Yeah, right.
8.
Yeah, you're just like it's chocolate. Who cares? Then you also get nuts, and pepper, obviously.
That pepper hits
But
hard.
The pepper's in your face in this one. It's just like, hey, I'm here.
Wait a minute. See, I'm not getting the pepper now.
Oh, what are you? You're
I'm
about
an inch and a quarter to an inch and a, yeah, about an inch plus. So,
I still got the taste of the pepper.
do you?
Yeah.
I mean, it's light
Yeah.
for me.
From
think-
the beginning where it started, yeah.
yeah. It settles off from like the beginning is all the flavors are just kind of like at 100.
Yeah.
And as you kind of smoke, it's like okay,
Yeah, mellows.
It starts to mellow
I'm
out.
mellowing. Hello. Enjoy the rest of the flavors that are supposed to be in here. That's not just pepper in your face. Yeah, that's all of the ones I got for the, and then it's just the Honduran Nicaraguan blend
Okay.
for both the binder and the filler.
Okay.
So predominantly Honduran, but at least they mellowed out that Honduran with the Nicaraguan tobacco. So, which
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to enjoy Honduran tobacco is blended with Nicaraguan. There's actually, it's funny. So there's a story for this,
Is there?
for the name. So
Kintsugi?
Kintsugi is a Japanese practice of taking broken pots and mending them with gold or silver.
Wow.
So the Alec Bradley brothers said that the current landscape of cigar culture feels slightly broken because of having to fight legislations and regulations and rule changes and, people just kind of going after cigars and tacking them on with flavors and all that stuff. So they made this cigar specifically to mend that and sort of bring back the culture as a whole.
Interesting.
That was the story behind the cigar. And it actually scored number 25 in 2021 when it came out for Cigars International. It was on their top 25 list of cigars for that year.
I like it.
So, yeah, I'm glad we tried it because it's really good. I think this is going to be a staple. We're going to keep this one.
Yeah.
I would like it maybe in a Toro. I'm curious if how the flavors hold up on a longer smoke.
Because these are Robustos, right?
These are Robustos we're smoking. And
That-
then and then maybe a Corona too. 'Cause
That's
would
why
be good.
Kevin. That's why Kevin's already more than halfway through this.
I'm already done.
You d-
Yeah, look at this.
yes, you are.
no, there's an inch left there that you could smoke.
There is, but it's starting to
Hurt.
go at an angle.
That-
Oh,
Go
Yeah.
until you get blisters, man. You got to smoke till you blister. Or you want the poker? I got the holder over here if you
I
want the
had
poker.
one.
poker.
Hold it. Little toothpick. That's how that works, toothpick. So now that you've smoked for a little while, how's your draw? Will, we'll start with you.
Draw is good.
Yeah?
It was a little tight right at the beginning, and I had to pull on it a little. It was a little tough. I was afraid that it was going to remain that way, and I was going to have to
Fight it the whole way.
fight it, work hard at it. But the draw totally came in line.
All right. So how would you rate it out of 20?
17.
17. All right. Kevin?
I didn't have that same issue. Mine started
I
off
mean,
just
yours-
fine.
Clearly yours is just burnt all the way down, so your draw
mean,
should
yeah.
be really good.
Yeah, so my draw's at a 17 for sure.
Oh,
I didn't get as
17.
much smoke as I would like.
Oh, okay.
So I'm big on that smoke profile. I want a lot of smoke that billows out.
You're a clouds man.
Correct.
Oh.
Always in the clouds.
Mine, mine was a little. I noticed that tough draw when I first lit mine too.
The initial.
Like it needed like a little kickstart to get going.
Yeah.
But I'm with you guys. I'm gonna go 17 as well. I think that's a fair number for it. Back to Will there. Flavor
Flavor. Well,
now. I mean, it's in your wheelhouse.
yeah.
So
I mean, I got to give it a 40.
wow, 40 full marks.
I mean,
marks.
worst case scenario is a 38. So I mean,
38 special, huh?
but might as well step it into 40 because
Right.
I was so impressed with the flavor from the first light.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
That's why I give it a 40.
Fair enough. So it really was just you were just like, let's go,
Yeah, yeah.
Kevin.
I gave it a 34. The flavor's good. I just don't think it's a 40.
No, what's it missing?
See, I think it hit too hard with the pepper at the beginning.
Okay.
And I think as it mellowed out, towards the end, it started getting to where you weren't noticing it as much. And I
Sure.
would like it kind of steady through the cigar.
Okay.
Makes sense. I see what you're
So
saying.
you like a more consistent smoke.
Correct.
I got you. I got you.
And even then, like, my favorite one isn't consistent at all because it changes.
Right. So you want either really rapid change or consistency, not this slow burn change.
Yeah, because to me, it loses something as you go down.
That's fair. I think mine. I like the flavor of this. It's definitely. I mean, it's right there for top scores on flavor. I think it tickles the palate. But I'm gonna give it a 35, just because it's got that taste when you first light it. That kind of throws me off a little bit too.
Really?
Like now that I know it's gonna mellow out, I'll smoke it all the time probably.
Yeah.
But that first like, ooh, whoa! I hope it's not like this the whole way through because that would have been too much.
It would have been okay. I mean, for me, it
Well,
would have been okay.
But if it's like if they say it's a medium and it's that potent on the front, but the whole way through,
All right.
that's definitely not gonna be medium. That's gonna be full bodied, and I would have felt lied to.
Very true. I think if they probably would have cut it in half and kept it consistent all the way through, it would have been fine.
Yeah. See that? Yeah. So, but now that I know it mellows out, I'm like, oh, okay. I'll fight through that first, like, whoa, and be like, yeah, this is good now.
Well, that's part of why for me, it retained the 40 is because it had that mellowing as you got into the cigar more.
I got you.
Okay.
It's kind of like, and that's why it's like it's not. It hits you, so you get the flavor, and you kind of, ooh, this is nice. This is great, and it's even better because it's mellowed out and it's not so overpowering.
Gotcha. So, how's your burn? Any runs, anything like that?
My burn has been spot on since I lit it. In fact, it fell off around 1 inch,
Oh,
and
it fell off.
it fell off.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I just tapped it, which I know I'm not supposed to do. I'm supposed to, but
So, out of 10?
10. I'm very pro. I'm pro.
You're pro. You're pro
Kintsugi.
this already. I can tell.
Yeah.
I can tell. Kevin, how's yours? Was a little airy.
Towards the end, like when it started, burned hot. Like smoking it down, it started to burn really hot. That was just in the first third. It started burning hot, and then I had to let it sit for a little bit, and then it started to get a little bit of a run, but nothing that I needed to correct.
Okay.
But because it burned so hot, I gave it a 5, which
Oh.
also because it also affected the flavor profile for me because it burnt my tongue.
I got you. Okay, that's fair. See, mine has got. It was good until it started to separate a little bit.
Oh, did it?
So it did. And I'm gonna say it's not the cigar's fault. I did kind of squeeze it trying to get the wrapper off, so it's probably my fault. But even with that little piece coming off, the burn has been solid. Like it's just been no real craziness. Like it hasn't tried to run down that part. It's kept its whole way. So mine's definitely an 8 for burn,
Nice.
which I like. And then impression. There, Will. What do you? I mean, just say you love it.
I love it.
Yeah, that's it, right?
Yeah.
30? Is it 30? Did you give 30 full marks?
Actually, I did, and the reason being is that some cigar shops you go into or some lounges you go into, You know, you're not going to stay and necessarily smoke, in the lounge arena. You're grabbing and going. This will be one that I look for
Oh,
to grab and go.
there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've added it down to your list.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, we found a cigar.
That's
That's
not all Nicaraguan.
All Nicaraguan that you actually are
That
going
I
to smoke.
actually will enjoy.
That's impressive right there. Oh, this is the second one actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you like that one that we don't talk about because it's blasphemy. Kevin.
I gave it a 26. I would recommend it. Yes.
Okay.
Would it be a staple? I wouldn't say it would be an entire staple, but I would get it if I saw it.
You'll go back to it.
Yeah, especially if they probably had it in a Toro. It probably wouldn't burn so hot, I'm guessing, in the longer cigar, not to mention if it was properly humidified, like we talked about.
Yeah. Once it sits for a day or two, try it again.
Yeah.
Like try it next week and see if it still has the same, burn. Then we'll just know we need to get you a longer one. So you gave it 26?
Correct.
All right, 26. I gave it 25. It's good. Don't get me wrong, and it's fantastic. Like I'll smoke it all, but it's not like the perfect cigar. Like 30's the perfect cigar. Like let's be fair. It's like so for Will, it's the perfect cigar. For me, it's up there. It's definitely top 10. Like I'll smoke this one frequently for sure. And I think that I think we can all agree we're gonna smoke it frequently for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, this would be a cigar that I would suspect would go out of stock really quickly.
Yeah, we'll probably start pushing this one because it's good. Like, oh, you got to try it if you haven't tried it. You better try it.
You better try it.
This actually, I think, is. Let me do the math real quick.
You gave it an.
I gave it an 85.
I gave it an 82, and
Yeah.
Will gave it a 97.
97.
Total outcome though came out to 88.
So I think it's one of the highest scoring ones
Okay.
we've done so far.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right. Well, that means it's a contender for our top list at the end of the year.
Well,
It is
I
true.
mean, because I loved it so much and because it was as great as a cigar as it is, I've kind of skewed the numbers, I'm sure. But yeah, I mean,
It is an unexpected skew from
me.
you,
From
for
me.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because as soon as it's like, well, it's not all Nicaraguan, I expected you to be like, well, she's got a 10-point deficit already. We're going in here hard.
well, the thing is that the Honduran tobacco wasn't that overwhelming.
No.
Where before, when I've smoked Hondurans,
It's highly noticeable.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like, ew.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I think the blend is noticeable. Like Dominican Honduran blend is a very earthy cigar. When you go Nicaraguan Honduran, you get slight earthiness, but you get more of that pepper. And the pepper has like a nice different taste to it.
Right.
Like it accents
Well, I think-
whatever the earthy notes from the Honduran
Well,
is.
I think that's what the anise does. I think the anise is what also tames the Honduran earth profile.
No, that's possible.
Yeah.
That's possible. Well, then, I think that concludes our review for this cigar. We love it. It's good. If you see it in stores,
Pick it up.
pick it up, give it a shot.
Absolutely.